So since the Halloween season is almost upon us, I really want to tell the story where my girlfriend did a Ouija board and then we were haunted by a little girl ghost for like a week. Huh?
Shamanoaks, exploring the rabbit hole.
It started back when I lived in San Diego. One of my roommates in college, his dad was president of an insurance company, and he offered me a job and a place to stay while I worked there. They had a daughter though, and we ended up liking each other and we started to date. Being the good Christian kids that we were at the time, we slept in separate bedrooms. It was like a whole thing. We were always separate. Not always separate, but you know what I'm saying. So when I lived in this house, they would have regular like Bible studies at night. We went to church all the time. We talked about God and religion all the time, constantly. But being who I was growing up, I saw ghosts as a kid, and I'd always been curious about Ouija boards. And so one day I mentioned to my girlfriend at the time, I said, I've always been curious about Ouija boards. I don't think I'm ever going to do one, but I've just been curious. I wonder what would happen. And then she got so angry at me. She was like, I can't even believe you had that thought. And just was on me, right? And I was like, hey, I didn't say I was going to do it. I just said, I've thought about it. I've been curious. I've always wondered. And then she just was like, I can't believe you had that thought that they're evil. You should never do that. All right. So fast forward a month, I come up to LA to visit some friends. When I come back down to San Diego, she's being weird. I keep asking, so what's wrong? What's going on? Nothing. What's going on? Nothing. Are you sure? Yeah, nothing's wrong. Then eventually one night she said, okay, while you were gone, I went over to my friend's house and she has a Ouija board. And I was like, don't even start with me. I was like, whatever. Okay, just tell the story. So we went into her bathroom, we shut the door, we turned off the lights, we lit candles, we said this little prayer, and we did the Ouija board. She was like, I didn't think anything was going to happen, but we contacted the spirit of a little girl. And she goes, the weirdest thing, ever since then, I've always felt like something's right behind me. She goes, I went to the mall, and I kept thinking someone was right behind me. And then they had another house, so she goes, I went to the other house, and as soon as I opened the front door, a radio turned on upstairs. House was completely empty, and then the radio comes on. So she goes, I've just been freaked out. I just feel weird the past few days. And I was like, I can't believe you. I can't believe you got so angry at me, and then you went and did it. Unbelievable. But I was like, whatever, like I think we're gonna go see a movie. So I was like, go get ready and we'll go to the movie. So I go and sit at my computer, I check my email. I was using Hotmail back then, so you can kind of give an idea of how old this is. And I remember this very vividly. Computer, monitor, one window, email, close it. I see desktop. I know I see desktop. There's nothing on the desktop. So I stand up, I turn around, I walk just a couple feet to go pick up my wallet. As I'm picking up my wallet, I just have the thought, I wonder if that little girl is here. Turn back around, and no joke, full screen on my computer monitor is a website for little kids' Halloween costumes. Like it wasn't a pop-up, it wasn't whatever, it was a legit website for little kids' Halloween costumes. It was the first thing I did without even thinking. I just yelled, Leah, she's still here. And then she came and she came out from the other room and then she saw full screen on my computer was little kids' Halloween costumes. I told her what I did. I just stood up, turned around, had that thought, turned back around, boom, full screen on my computer, little kids' Halloween costumes. Trying not to freak out, trying to be like a normal human being and trying to be rational about the whole situation. I go, okay, I wonder how it got there. And so it was an MSN website. I was using Hotmail, so same family of websites. And I go back to the Hotmail screen, I go where my email was, and then I look. And on the top of my email, there was a thing for Halloween costumes, little kid Halloween costumes. But it took 3 clicks. It was a 3-click process to get there. So I don't know how that happened. And so I guess we tried not to think too much about it, and we ended up going seeing our movie, came back, went to bed, separate rooms. Back then, I always shut doors. Like there was never a door that was left open when I would go to sleep. So I remember shutting the bedroom door, shutting my bathroom door. The bathroom door was right across from my bed. I remember pulling it shut, hearing it click. In the middle of the night, I wake up, I open my eyes to see my bathroom door just slowly start to come open. And I was like, nope, not staying here. So I got up, I walked into the other room and I said, my bathroom door just opened on its own. I'm not going back in there. She was like, it's probably just a dream. You didn't realize you were dreaming or you left it open. I was like, no, I know I shut it. I closed the door like I do every single night, and I opened my eyes and I saw it just slowly open up, and I was like, I'm not going back in there. And she's like, well, you're freaking me out. I don't want to be down here. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go sleep up on the couch upstairs. So we both went and slept on the couch upstairs the rest of the night. The next day, her parents were like, what happened? And I told them the whole story, and they were like, you were probably dreaming. And I was like, I was not dreaming. I was awake. I literally just opened my eyes, and it happened. I didn't blink. I just opened my eyes, saw it, nope, got up and left. So every time I was down in my room for like the next few days, in the broad daylight, I just felt very uncomfortable. No other place in the house made me feel that way, but in that one bedroom made me just feel eerie and creepy, and I just couldn't get over it. I would rush to take a shower, rush to get dressed, and get out of there. So after a few days of this, we're upstairs in the kitchen having dinner one night. It's like me, my girlfriend, and the mom. We're hanging out at the kitchen table, just kind of like talking. The mom starts making fun of us for being scared to go down there. And she's just kind of just like ripping on us, like, I can't believe you're scared of this, ghosts aren't real, whatever. And in the middle of her saying that, we heard my immediate thought wasn't ghost. My immediate thought was, there's an intruder. There is someone in this house. So being the only dude in the house at the time, I just instantly went into like protection mode. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go around this house and I'm gonna get whoever's here. Back then I had a really big like hunting knife that I had because I grew up in Texas and I thought really big knives were really cool. I was like 22. And so I went down in my room, got a really big knife, and walked around the entire house going like, who's here? Looked under all the beds, looked in all the closets, and there was no one there but us. Confused, we walked back upstairs, back to the kitchen, and as we were walking back into the kitchen, we passed by a bookcase, and we noticed 2 books had fallen over. And then the mom freaks out. She was like, those books never fall over. Like we've had earthquakes, and nothing makes those books fall over. And I was like, okay, well, let's try to be a little bit sciencey about this. So we put the books back up and we jumped. We tried to see if we could get them to fall. There was a big sliding glass door. We got the sliding glass door. Boom, slam, boom, slam. Couldn't get them to fall. Moved them so they're just like already almost falling over. Jumped, slammed, they wouldn't fall over. So we're like, that is so strange. Like, what in the world pushed these books over? Back then, like I said, I was super uber Christian, and I was like, okay, well, it says in the Bible that if you tell something in the name of God or name of Jesus to go away, it has to go away. So I was like, give me a Bible. So I got a Bible, and then I walked around the entire house saying, you are not allowed to be here. You must leave in the name of Jesus. You must leave. And I just went off, but I just demanded that it leave. At the end, I grabbed the front door, and I was like, get out, get out. You're not allowed to be here. Get out. And while I was doing that, my girlfriend just starts bawling, just crying uncontrollably. And I'm like, oh, what's wrong? Whatever. She's like, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I felt something come off of me. And I mean, I was like, yeah, it sounds a little crazy, but I just yelled around the house with a Bible and went around with a knife. I'm not in the place to call anyone crazy at this point. But the strangest thing was, after that time, my room felt totally fine. Like, I went and slept in that room that night and I wasn't scared at all. I'm sure a lot of you can relate if you've been in a haunted area or a place where a ghost is. Like, you feel that energy, and the energy was gone. It like legit was. I went from feeling creepy and eerie in there and not being able to be in there in the day to sleeping like a little baby, totally fine. So what did you guys think of that? Let me know in the comments what you think, if you've ever had a ghost story like that. Anything similar that happened? Anything that's similar that happened? My favorite stories are the ones where people don't believe in ghosts and they experience ghosts. I had a roommate who used to always make fun of me for stuff like that. He was like, I can't believe you believe in ghosts. You're an idiot. And then one time he was off on a trip with his wife and he saw 3 of them. Like, him and his wife both saw them. Like, he said he watched them from like a good hour. He watched them walking like in his hotel room. And to this day I ask him, so now do you believe in ghosts? And he goes, I know what I saw. So yeah. So I love those sorts of stories. So if you don't believe, it just means you haven't had one yet, because I guarantee you, once you've seen a ghost, or I guarantee you that it's real. So, and I accidentally cut my beard really short, so I figured I would do a ghost story because I look scary. And I will talk to you guys sometime other than right now, because this is ending.